Welcome to Herman Hits the Road, and in this video we're going to be replacing the rear wheel bearings. The first thing you're going to want to do is jack up one side of your motorhome. Make sure you've got some really good sturdy axle stands. These are for 3-ton vehicles, and so is the jack just there. Over there we have a chock stopping the front wheels from moving. The wheel is off, of course, as you can see, but now we also need to release the handbrake. So we don't want anything moving when we release the handbrake. So let's take a look at the wheel bearings that we're going to be fitting.
Okay, right, so these are the components for the new wheel bearing kit. You have the bearing race, cone race there. You have the insert, so that goes inside the hub, which you'll show later. And then that sits in it like that with plenty of grease, and then that runs, as you can see, inside that, like that. Yeah. Okay.
There's another one there, but this one's bigger than that.
Yes,
one,
so
right?
that's the inner one.
Yeah.
That's the outer one.
Okay.
You then have a seal that goes on the hub to stop the grease coming out, obviously it taps in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have a lock nut. Now, in the old days, they would have been, and still I'm sure some today, that would have been carcellated. Put that on, adjust it up, and then put a split pin through and bend the split. But this one, what happens is you put this on, and then that material around the edge there is of much lighter construction than this, and you just tap that into a cutout in the stub axle to lock it so it can't undo. And that is the new outer dust cover stroke cap. Yeah, it just stops it. It just stops all the grease getting in there. More importantly, it stops all the rubbish getting inside. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll put a list of all the items in the video description below, all purchased from Coastal Motorhomes. And if you fancy a discount, check out the description below. There's a code in there which you can use in your checkout online.
This has been off a few times. Can you see the dents in it?
Yes.
Where people have knocked it on.
Yeah.
And knocked it off.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's just try and get that cap off.
There you go. So that's the underneath the cap. So it's good that we got a new cap in the.
I always make a hole in them.
Yeah.
And so that I put a new one on.
Yes. And of course that's that big gunk, that nut there with the whole is the other nut we've got there. Right.
That's right. Yeah. The brake drum off now.
So these little pins here, they're actually helping. They help to put the wheel back on in a certain way.
And also locate. Well, they hold the brake drum. Well, they don't actually hold the brake drum on. They just hold it in place.
Yeah. So just like locators or something.
Yeah.
I guess what you don't want to do is put a bit of a chisel around the back or a screwdriver in the gap.
You crack it.
Yeah.
Snap the lip off.
And how many times have you seen that on the drum?
Oh yeah. So sometimes you have an adjuster on the back.
Yeah.
But there's none on this.
Come on, Chaz, I'm running out of video here.
I'm trying to feel it off myself. It's caught on the ridge in the shoe.
Trying to take it off, that's it. You're trying to take it off straight rather than. Look at that.
Right, now, what we'll do now is, although we're replacing the wheel bearings, we're going to take this hub off.
Yeah.
Hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Actually, yeah.
Not a good sound. Look, it won't. Look, you can feel, if you put your hand on that and turn it, you can feel the grunchiness in it. Feel that?
Yeah, I can.
How unsmooth that is, yeah?
It is not smooth. It's very It's a bit tight as well. I was expecting it to move a bit more.
Yeah, we should do, yeah. I mean, that's quite... If you... I can actually feel the play in that. Yeah?
Oh yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah. While we've got the drum off,
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll get some brake cleaner on here.
Yeah.
And we'll clean up this, and we'll check the
Solenoid?
the wheel cylinder.
Yeah.
Okay, there's an adjuster at the back, but we will check the wheel cylinder, and we'll just take the shine off of those rear drums. Now those shoes are looking to me
Look a bit thin, isn't it?
quite low. Yeah, they are looking very low actually. I think it might be an idea at a later date to put a set of shoes on Herman.
Yeah.
Rear shoes.
What's the drum like? Oh, that's smooth.
Yeah, the drums
doesn't look like it's warm.
The drum's okay, no scoring, nothing like that, no signs of heat. But they are getting quite low.
Yeah, they are getting, aren't they? Future video. Right, time for a bit of cleaning. Using brake cleaner here. You don't want to use anything else.
Now look, can you see all that?
Yeah.
That there. I'm hoping it's not that wheel cylinder leaking. You haven't noticed any
No, I didn't. No.
spongy brakes or
No.
dropping the fluid levels?
No.
No, handbrake's all good.
Fluid levels. What are they? Fuel level.
Brake fluid. I'll just let that drip there for a minute. And we'll get a brush and we'll have a little prod in there.
So I thought when you said that you were going to get a brush, I thought a wire brush, but then I realised that could damage the rubbers right on here.
That's right, yeah.
And
The dust cup, they're dust covers, yeah. It's not so much that, it's just you'll know to investigate first before you start putting anything. See all this here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. You'll find that's all rust. So that'll just scrape out there. But you want to have a look in there first before you start getting in very too heavy. Have a look first, you know, see what's going on.
And I've heard people using, I mean, it might be like an urban myth, but people having squeaky brakes and they sort them out with WD-40 or something. No, you don't want to be doing that.
Well, one thing you don't want to do is oil your brakes.
That's right.
But my main concern is here. See that?
Yeah. Is that brake fluid?
Well, I'm hoping it is.
Should it be like that then?
Not really. See, I think that's what this is.
Yeah.
That to me, now that feels like brake fluid. That's why we always clean it up and check, see? So that's what all this is. So when they serviced it last, they didn't have the drums off because I told you it needed rear shoes. Definitely. Yeah. There's no way that I'd ever let this go out if I just serviced it.
Yeah.
I'd be saying, as I'm saying to you now, you need a set of rear shoes. Now when they serviced that, you would have needed a set of rear shoes.
Right.
But that there.
I mean, is that normal for you to squeeze it to come out?
No, it should be bone dry.
Oh, it should be bone dry?
Yeah, that is just a dust cover. That's only a cover, the seal is inside. But look, you see how rusty that is?
Yeah, look at that coming in there.
Yeah, that's quite a serious problem. That's a serious problem. That's something I would say, I'm going to pull that cover back with a small screwdriver and look in there, but I'd say that needs immediate attention. Because that is quite serious.
Well, so now everything's all nice and clean. You can see, well, kind of, you can see this nut that we were referring to earlier. It's got a little dent in it there. That's on purpose, so it doesn't come off. So we're going to have to obviously take that off, and when we put the other one on, we're going to have to do the same thing. What socket is that?
What size?
Yeah, 32, right, 32mm socket for that.
And now hopefully this will just come straight off of here. If it doesn't, you have to put I mean, I've never, well, very rarely put a puller across there.
Okay, yeah.
But hopefully that should.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
There you go, see?
And all the bearings are all in the hub, right?
They're in the hub, that's right.
Yeah.
And what we're looking for is any
wear, right?
Any pitting or damage, yeah. And it's pretty good. I mean, you can get it. People say, oh, it can't happen, but it can happen. Because
oh, it can. I've seen it on my VW when I was doing that.
Did we get a new one of these?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, so we'll have to use it again.
So what did you just pull out of there then?
Well, I call them cat washers.
Cap washers?
Cat washers.
Cat? You
Yeah,
just
I
say
do.
what cat?
I'll show you why in a minute. It's just like a washer that goes in, and it's like a fixing plate that goes over the bearing.
Yeah.
And locks into that groove in the stub axle.
Yeah.
The reason I call them a cat washer is, and it might be obvious to you, it is to me.
Cat. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was going to say it looks like the Millennium Falcon, but yeah, I can see the cat. Yeah.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I got. This is like a locating washer, but I just call it a cat washer because I'm old and stupid.
Right. So that cat washer comes out just at the top of there after the nut. It's like you're doing a medical procedure.
An autopsy.
An old.
This is the hub turned over, front bearings out, but the race cone is still in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the old seal. Now if you look at that, you can see where that's been letting by. Yeah? And so it's been letting the grease come out.
Okay.
Which makes that drum backplate dirty.
Yeah.
The grease gets out, it gets onto all your brake shoes and everything, so you've got to be really careful. And you never ever reuse these. Now,
No.
sometimes they'll prize that, and other times you have to give it a bit of persuasion. So no, that's not going to come out. I can feel straight away. So what we'll do is...
So you didn't put much force on that,
No,
did
no,
you?
I don't want it, no. So, you should. There he is.
Oh, look at that! Wow.
Okay. You can see he's been letting by.
Mm.
And in here now is the inner bearing. You see how much grease is in there? I told you there'd be a lot in there, do you remember?
Yeah.
There's always a lot in there. So you always want plenty of blue roll or kitchen roll, whatever you guys use, and a bin next to you to put it all in. Because the last thing you want is all this rubbish contaminating everything you touch. Clean the inside of this out now.
Yeah, this is going to use up an awful lot of roll, isn't it?
A fair bit. The thing is to try and keep everything clean as you go.
So you are going to...
Knock out the insert.
So that one, chromey line down there, that's what we're going to be knocking out. And then of course we're going to knock out this one just here.
Yeah. One more whack. Lift it up.
There you go.
He's out. I'll do the same on the bottom one. You've got to knock them evenly.
There you go.
No, put that on one.
I think it's that. Yeah, I think it's just hitting the top. There you go.
Lovely, that's it.
So we're gonna use these though to put the new ones back in.
You like that, just tap them gently round.
Yeah.
And when we've got that out like that now, we'll give that another clean up.
So that's the new race. We're going to use the old one to knock in the new one. So this isn't going to get damaged, but this probably will. There you go.
And then you put your finger on the inside,
Yeah.
you can feel it seated.
So no gaps.
No gaps.
Yeah.
And we just do the same to the front.
Right. Okay. Right. So this is now the outer bearing chase brace.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's better. That's one.
So one thing I realised is that the camfered side is pointing outwards. So if you look at the old ones, you got like a flat side there, and the camfered side and a thin edge here. So they need to be pointing outwards. Right? You don't want to put them in that way, because that is totally wrong. You won't be able to get the bearing in.
We cleaned the hub again and Chaz showed me what the hole is for at the top of the tub of grease.
But we're going to do it like this now. So we're going to big end up. Hey!
Oh right, okay, that's a neat trick. Just push it down. Oh, when you said you're going to use it, I didn't realise you meant that.
Take that out like that.
Yeah, look at that.
That's loaded with grease, and we ain't got grease and muck everywhere.
So this is the inner bearing, right?
Yeah, and we'll put him in like that. And run him around like that. And what that is, when we push this on the hub, on the stub axle, sorry.
Yeah.
So this is the hub. It will then push out the grease that's not required, which we'll save. It's new. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all clean. And then we'll just reuse that, but there shouldn't be too much new grease because by pushing that like that, you get the right amount in there.
Yeah.
See?
Oil seal.
Grease seal.
So it's just going to push on. Oh, okay. So we're going to have to give it a little whack with a.
One oil seal.
Right. So now you want the other bearing.
Another bearing. Now just cut grease crack through the middle of him. Just like that. See? Run it round like that.
No.
Nice and neat. No big dramas. No big mess everywhere.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Hub greased. See people getting their fingers in.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I would have been doing it. Yeah. No, that was a good trick. I like that. Okay, so bearings are in the hub there. We just need to put that on there.
Nice and clean.
As expected, all the grease comes out.
Next, we fitted the cat washer.
That's it. That's it. That's what we want to see. New washer, new nut through. How did that happen? Who done that?
I don't know.
Have to clean that off.
So how are you going to do the torque setting, as it were?
Well, some people say you've got to torque it up to silly little, but I always do it by feel.
And how do you do it? I mean, what are you going to be feeling? You're going to be
feeling the tension in the, you know, like
right.
Look, see? Now you feel that now compared to how it was. See?
It's quite tight.
That's how it should be.
Right.
Nip that up like that, and then take it off a touch. So there's no play for, you know, and then that's, feel how smooth that is now. Now tight and nice.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it was tighter just a moment ago, I'm sure.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want it too tight that it's going to bind up and seize. It's going to get hot.
New bearings will take a few miles to bed in, so after about 100 miles we checked the play in the bearings and found that we had to tighten them up a bit.
Right, so you've got to get the new cap with a little bit of grease. Now I'm just going to lock that nut off now into that. See that there?
Yeah.
We just chisel that nut into there so that can't undo now. That's lovely, that's just right, that is.
Okay.
We'll just do that. Turn it all the way around.
Can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything, but you can't see any grease spewing out either.
No.
That means that seal's working. Put the wheel on, see if there's any float or play in the bearing.
Yeah.
But I know, by the way I've done this, and I've done quite a few, that there won't be when we put the wheel on. So I'm going to lock this off now, but a lot of people lock that off after they put the wheel on.
Right.
Two ways of doing it. That's why I do it, you know.
Yeah. So let's just make sure what we're doing here. So this little, see a little notch in the hub there.
Stub axle.
The stub axle. We're going to put a nick in the bolt and the what
To lock it in.
And the nuts to lock it in. Yeah.
Yeah. Some have one top and bottom. See?
Yeah.
See that?
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
See that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll put one in the, we'll do the bottom one as well. It didn't have it on the other one, but I, see if it's there. See, that ain't going nowhere now, so that's locked in.
Perfect.
Now hopefully I can knock this on.
Yeah, we don't want to knock it on with a hammer because we don't want it denting the cap, right?
Yeah. And you would usually use a copper or hide hammer, but I can't find mine. I'm just going to try and dress it on with this. That is actually a lead dresser, but it does the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
As you can see now, there's no dents or marks, and that's nice and smooth.
Yeah. Caps
are nice and tight. Bearings nice. Look, feel that. Beautiful.
Yeah, nice. Oh, it's not recording. You have to take it off and do it. Your face.
That would be a bit edited out.
So as you can see, we've managed to do all that. Well, Chaz has. We managed to put these pins back in. Now we've just made some observations, obviously, that these are actually offset, so don't forget about that. There's this triangle shape of other threads here, which you can put something else in. I'm not too sure what that could be, but you don't want to be using them. You want to make sure you get the two outer ones which are offset from the center. But the only thing we need to do now is put the wheel on and do the other side, but that'll be the end of the video. So hopefully that's helped you sort out your wheel bearings, or at least have some idea what you need to do. So thank you very much for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you didn't like the video. Tell us why in the comment section below, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe? And until next time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.
Goodbye, Chaz.
Say goodbye, Chaz.
Goodbye, Chaz.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching our video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed, or leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more video updates, or maybe even watch one of our previous videos. Bye bye now.